Malaysians have seen several items in the market like vegetables, bread and other food items increase in prices recently. This trend of rising food prices continues to worry retailers and consumers as some price hike went up as high as 200% in the last 2 weeks. To understand this issue, we speak to Dr. Carmelo Ferlito, CEO for Centre for Market Education.
So there is a sort of temporary elements in the inflation of food prices that we are observing, which is due to the various supply chain disruptions that have been created with 2 years of lockdown. Basically, if some supplier scale down or close down for good, it's very difficult and is a lengthy process to go back to the pre-pandemic situation when the demand start to pick up again. So, and then, of course, there are also climate conditions related with the production of vegetables and so on. And this is a temporary component of inflation that can adjust itself in time. But then there is another component, which is the monetary component. In a nutshell, the inflation that is really concerning now is the one generated by an excess of money supply. So there is the risk of permanent inflationary threats when the money supply grows faster than the output. And this is what happened over the past years when expansive fiscal and monetary policies have injected liquidity in the system beyond the size of growth of the GDP.
Tackling monetary inflation requires government to spend less over time, said Dr. Carmelo. This is to avoid other problems relating to high inflation, such as unemployment.
Not only that prices can further go up, but also that the structure of employment will be affected, and it is indeed affected by money creation. And when inflation will be too high and the money supply will have to be tightened, then we incur in the risk of rising unemployment.
Implementing price ceiling is one measure being explored by experts to contain the sharp rise in food prices. Dr. Carmelo, however, said that its implementation will create less incentive to produce and makes the situation worse.
Price ceilings are not good because, you know, the fact that prices are rising up is a signal that something is wrong. And that signal needs to be there so that supply and demand tends to readjust. Okay? If we eliminate that signal, we don't solve the issue, we cover it. And for how long can we keep on covering the issue?
Therefore, how do we address the issue at hand? Dr. Carmelo said in order to curb further rise in food prices, practical measures need to be implemented, starting with restoring confidence in businesses so they will scale up their supply.
We can have practical measures like introducing special trade corridors to allow foreign products to enter the country and rebalance supply. Second, we must reopen to the hiring of foreign workers because there is a shortage of workers in not only in the agriculture industry, but in many crucial sectors in the Malaysian economy. And the most important element is creating confidence. We need supply to scale up again where it was before the pandemic. This is not going to happen if manufacturers, entrepreneurs, suppliers still believe that lockdowns may happen again, so demand may be pushed down again. So more clear signals need to be sent in the direction of creating confidence that the worst is over and we can start normalizing our economy. This, I think, will be really the crucial item be kept into consideration.